velocity, acceleration, and joint positions, and Coriolis force, and viscous force, all the elements, and what are the required torque to overcome all these uh, forces. So this was the kinematic parameter of the scalar robot. These was the transformations first needed for getting the equations. So T10, T20, and T30 you have obtained. Later you had determined the center of mass of each link with respect to the base frame. Here you use this equation. Here delta C1 is with respect to the second end of the link, and here you calculate using the this equation H1 T10 and delta C1. You calculate the center of mass with respect to inertia, center of mass coordinates with respect to base frame. Okay. Similarly, you calculate for other links del C2 and del C3. These are the center of mass with respect to second end of the link 2, and similarly here delta C3 is the center of mass coordinate with respect to second end of link 3. Okay, and here you have calculated the uh, link coordinates, center of mass coordinates with respect to the base frame. Similarly, here you have obtained the inertia tensor of center of mass uh, relative to the second end of the link. Okay, and when you calculate the inertia tensor of the center of mass with respect to the base frame, you use this R10 and R10T, this type of equations, and you have calculated the D1 cube using this transformation. Okay. Second, what you have done, you have obtained the inertia tensor of the second link with respect to the second end of the link D2 bar, and next you have obtained the inertia tensor of second link with respect to the base frame. Okay, so now you calculate overall inertia tensor of link 1 and 2, that is D1 D2 cube will be equal to the D1 cube plus this equation A2T M2 A2 plus B2T D2 M2. Second, in third stage, you calculate the inertia tensor for link third, and similarly you obtain the inertia tensor of the link third with respect to the base frame. Okay, R30 D3 bar R30T. This is the transformation from the second end of the link 3 to the base frame. Okay, the frame at the second link, second end of the third link, and this is the with respect to the base frame. Okay, so you calculate the D3 with respect to the base frame. So overall, the inertia tensor of whole system, including the three links, is D3 cube equal to D1 cube plus D2 cube plus A3T M3 A3. This transformation. Last, you find the C1. This you find using the equation for CIKJ. So you use that equation, and it will be C1 C2 capital C1 capital C2 and capital C3 will be calculated using the individual elements of DQ matrix. Okay, so in the DQ matrix, D11 D12 D13, all the elements are there, and you will use this equation. Okay, the elements of this DQ matrix. Then you calculate the H1. There is a equation for H as given previous, and based on this you obtain the required torque. Okay, so in this way you find the required torque at the joint 1, joint 2 and joint 3. Okay, so how much electromagnetic torque has to be applied using the motor, that is determined by this equation. So for generating a certain joint acceleration, certain joint velocity and certain position, you need a torque to be. So now I come to the direct and inverse dynamics problem. So this is a part of the syllabus at the last, and last of the 4th unit. So in the direct here you see the block diagram of direct and inverse dynamics problem. Here you apply a certain torque, and you require to identify the joint variables Qt. It is a matrix. Suppose tau t represents a vector and Qt represents a vector. So input vector is tau 1, tau 2, tau 3, means the different torques applied at individual joints by the motor. And now you need to determine the joint variables and joint space trajectory. So how these joint variables are varying with the time, that will be the trajectory. Okay, so how once you have determined the torque and joint variable relationship, Euler-Lagrange equations for a certain robot. Okay, and you have mass m1, m2, m3 and all these variables a1, a2, d1, d2, d3, these fixed constants you have already known. Then for a certain applied torque you need to determine the joint variables q by solving the differential equation. Okay, so here when you find these the tau I in the terms of joint variables, when you solve this differential equation, you will identify the qj, qk, and means you will identify all the joint variables q1, q2. Suppose theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, you will determine using by the solution of this differential equation. So this is a problem of direct dynamics problem, identifying the joint variables based on the certain applied torque at the joints. Okay, so tau is the input vector and the joint space trajectory is the output vector. So output vector can be determined using the solution of this differential equation. Okay, now the inverse problem. In the inverse problem, suppose we have a given joint space trajectory to accomplish any particular task. Okay, so to particular task, we need to determine the required torque at the joints. So when you have the certain joint space trajectory, the variation of theta 1, theta 2 with respect to time, that is the trajectory, then you take the differential and the double differential of that joint velocity, joint acceleration, and based on the fixed values of m1, m2, m3, a1, a2 and d1, d2, you can determine the torque by the equation. So when you have, you see here, when you have this value q1, q2, q3, and you take the derivative and you take the double derivative and use this equation, then determine the required torque. So this is the inverse problem. Okay, understand? So in the inverse problem, what you do? You can differentiate once and twice and generate the equation this, and how the joint variables are changing with time. Okay, so you take the differential and double differential of the joint variables, and then using the dq, cq, hq and b, these are the fixed matrices based fixed variables for any particular robot. M will be fixed. So the link length some link length may be varying, and some link length may be fixed based on the particular value. You can use this equation to determine how much torque we need to apply. Okay, so it is actually that controller. Actually, this defines the controller architecture. Means whenever you have certain task and certain trajectory of the tool, find the required joint angles, joint variables and joint velocities by inverse problem. Okay, here see that hello, my voice audible?
No,
Yes, sir.
no, sir.
Hello.
आ रही है सर आवाज.
Okay, so this is the problem. Here you see that actually the dq double dot represents the inertia associated with the distribution of mass. Cq dot represents the centrifugal and Coriolis force. The third term HQ represents the loading due to gravity, and last term represents the effect of friction. Okay, so have you understood how the direct and inverse kinematic problem, inverse dynamics problem occurs? How it is solved? Any student? Any confusion about this? You don't be confused about this. This is the diagram. Okay, what is the direct? Means you apply the this is type of open, means you are applying the actually force. You are applying the force or torque at the joints, and you see the how the robot takes the space trajectory, means how the joints are tracking the certain path. Okay, now once, but actually sometimes when you apply the torque, the path may not be actual. It may deviate from the actual path required for your task. Okay, so suppose you have certain specified joint space trajectory. Okay, so what should be the required torque for that? Here what we see, we apply the torque and see that the joints are moving in a certain space trajectory. Okay, joint 1, joint 2, joint 3 have certain variations with the time. Okay, okay, so all the joints are moving in a space and they are making an envelope. So suppose for a better control, we require a certain specified joint space trajectory, means certain variation of joint variables theta 1, theta 2 with respect to time. Okay, so actually when we apply the torque and see the joint variables, it may actually not provide the same as we desire to get the actual joint space trajectory. So here how much torque actually to be applied is determined using the inverse dynamics equations. Once we have the required space trajectory, reference space trajectory, reference variables values of qt, and reference values of q1 dot, q2 dot, q3 dot, the velocity, joint velocities, and the reference values of joint accelerations, then based on that we can determine the reference value of torque, how much torque we require. Okay, understand? Actually here it is showing that it is a closed loop, but these are two different incidents. Okay, upper part is something different happening at different time, different sampling time, and lower part is happening at different sampling time. Okay, so suppose we have first calculated the required reference torque. Okay, reference torque. Now what we are doing, once we have calculated the reference torque in each joint, we are giving it to the direct dynamics equation. Okay, so what will happen, there will be some variation in joint variables. Okay, so some error may be there in actual and actual and the reference joint trajectory. Okay, so our objective is to minimize the difference in the desired and actual. Okay, समझ गए? Once we have the given torque, we need to determine the we calculate how much there is a variation in the joint angles. Okay, suppose you have determined the qt, and you can also determine the q dot t and q double dot t. So once you have applied the certain torque at the different joints, you can see based on your inertia, mass, and other forces, how much angle it has varied. Suppose the mass of a link is so high that applied torque is not sufficient, so there will be no any considerable variation in the joint angles. Okay, so this is the problem of direct dynamic equation when you determine the joint variables based on the differential equation. Okay, so how you get this? Using the integration of this by the solution of this differential equation expression. Okay, once you solve the differential equation, you get the value of joint variable with time, with respect to time. It may be any function of time. Okay. Similarly, once you have specified space trajectory for the required task, you take the derivative and double derivative of it, and then use that individual equation which we have earlier established, that is called the Euler-Lagrange equation. You put these derivative and second derivative values in the this Euler-Lagrange equation, then you can determine the standard required torque in each joints for achieving the required joint space trajectory. Okay, so actually in both the conditions you use the equations, same equation. Okay, but in direct dynamics you solve the differential equation and find the variables q. Okay, and in the inverse dynamics what you do, you differentiate once and second time and use that equations for obtaining the torque profile. Okay, clear students?
Yes, sir.
क्लियर है? नॉट क्लियर? चलो हम बताते हैं फिर से. I will show you the clearly how it occurs. Suppose this is a robotic manipulator. Okay, and suppose we have to pick up a object from here and we have to put the object here. Okay, so what is the position? There will be a certain position. Okay, there will be a certain position according to this. Okay, so actually based on the tool position you have the inverse kinematics. I now show you the relation of kinematics and dynamics at the same platform. You have the certain position of the object, so you have to center your tool end at this point. Okay, your wrist and your jaws at this point. So depending on this tool position you determine the required angles. Okay, okay, you require the angles. Suppose q1 q2 q3 क्या होने चाहिए? So what is this is? This is the inverse kinematics. Okay, ये आपको हमने स्टेट पढ़ाया था inverse kinematics. Okay, now we know that the object from starting should traverse a certain path. Okay, from starting from the initial position the position of the object should track a certain trajectory. Okay, understand? This is object. So based on certain trajectory, okay, based on certain trajectory you have certain variations of theta 1 and theta 2. Okay, this is theta 1 and this is theta 2, suppose. Okay, so there are certain variables of theta 1 and theta 2. So using the positions of the object, we have determined using the inverse kinematics the joint space trajectory. This is joint trajectory. Okay, trajectory means the variation with time. Okay, so according to the path followed for the object, we have certain values, certain variations, required variations of q1 and q2. Okay, so once we have determined the q1 and q2 with respect to time, then you determine the q1 dot t. Also you determine the q1 double dot t. Okay, similarly you have the other joint also, so you determine the joint velocity. Okay, and joint acceleration. Okay, देखो हमने तुमको शुरू में ही पढ़ाया था कि once we have the given angle, okay, once we have moved with a given, we have a given angle, then what is the position of the end effector? This is the direct kinematic problem, direct kinematics. Okay, डायरेक्ट काइनेमेटिक्स. तो हम जो भी ज्वाइंट देते हैं, ज्वाइंट एंगल देते हैं, उसके हिसाब से वो एक पार्टिकुलर पोजीशन ले लेता है टूल, एंड इफेक्टर. ओके, और यहाँ अगर टूल का पोजीशन, द पोजीशन ऑफ द टूल और पोजीशन ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज गिवन एंड वी डिटरमाइन द joint variables, then this is the inverse kinematics. Now when the tool position or object position is varying with the time, okay, so the values obtained here will have the variable values with respect to time, so this will determine the joint space trajectory. Okay, joint space means the vector of joints, vector of joint variables, that is q1, q2, q3. So n dimensional space may have n number of joint variables. So a joint space trajectory means the variations with respect to time in the joint space, that is individual elements of the joint vectors. Clear? Now you take the q1 dot and q1 double dot. Now use this q1 double dot for determining the t1. Okay, tau 1, that is using the Euler-Lagrange equation. Okay, Euler-Lagrange equation you have, and you determine the tau 1. Similarly, using the at joint 2, you can determine the using the Euler-Lagrange equation, you can determine the torque, required torque. Okay, clear? So this is also a variation of the torque with respect to time. How there will be the joint velocity and joint accelerations, and you can determine the torque, required torque. Okay, suppose you have, based on this, you have tried to align the robotic manipulator in its position, and you have applied, suppose you have here it is saying that you have to apply 5 Newton meter. Sometimes it is happens that you give the reference required torque value, but it will not direct in that way, because there may be some undesired forces, uncalculated forces which are applying there. So here you calculate, you have to apply 5 Newton meter, it is saying. Okay, now you apply the 5 Newton meter and you go to the direct dynamics equation. Okay, what should be the dynamics equation? According to this, you have certain variables. Okay, so this is a Euler-Lagrange equation. For this value of torque, you solve the Euler-Lagrange equation. What should be the value of q dot and q double dot? Okay, so direct dynamics, here what happens? Once you have the q dot and q double dot, you determine the inverse dynamics problem. You determine the required torque. Okay, clear, students?
Yes, sir.
What is the direct kinematics? बताओ kinematics क्या है? For a particular certain value of joint angles, there will be a position of end effector. Okay, so when you have suppose I have theta 1 equal to 45 and theta 2 equal to 25, then what will be the position of the end effector? बोले ठीक है 30 degree from the base and the distance of the distance from the center is 5 meter. कोऑर्डिनेट उसका दे दिया आर थीटा के पोजीशन में. ओके, एक्स वाई जेड एंगल्स दे दो या तो उसका दे दो आर थीटा. ठीक है, तो उसमें एक पोजीशन उसने बता दी कि विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू, मतलब अगर ये थीटा 1 थीटा 2 जॉइंट एंगल्स हैं तो एंड इफेक्टर कहाँ पे होगा. ठीक है, तो दिस इज द डायरेक्ट काइनेमेटिक. वंस यू हैव सर्टेन पोजीशन कि यहाँ पर है, ये हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है, जॉइंट एंगल कितना होना चाहिए. सो दिस इज द इनवर्स काइनेमेटिक्स. ओके, अब दिस पोजीशन इज वेरिंग विद द टाइम. हम दे रहे हैं कि ये हमारी यहाँ पर पोजीशन है, अब वो पोजीशन बदल रही है. ऑल द टाइम दिस पोजीशन इज चेंजिंग. सो द टूल स्पेस ट्रेजेक्टरी, ओके, टूल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज changing, actual object is changing its position. So according to changing the object position, the robot has also to change its joints with respect to time. Okay, जैसा कि हमने यहाँ पे दिखाया आपको, your object is changing its position all the time here. Okay, your object is changing its position. Suppose sometimes object has to change its position in this trajectory. Suppose this is the required trajectory, means object can not, suppose here there is a stone here and a robot has to move excluding this area, then the required trajectory here, some obstacles are there suppose, then you cannot take the object from here directly, you have to skip these objects. Okay, so desired positions of the object may vary in this way. Okay, so for these variations in the object positions, you have certain set of variables theta 1 and theta 2. तो theta 1 and theta 2 में भी जो position, velocity and acceleration है, that will change with time. Okay, according to the change in the trajectory. ठीक है, क्लियर है. कभी अभी शुरू में हमने यहाँ पे लिया, फिर कुछ टाइम बाद यहाँ पे लेंगे, कुछ टाइम बाद यहाँ पे लेंगे, तो ऐसे ही थीटा 1 शुरू में ये था, सपोज कि मोर देन 90 डिग्री, here theta 1 with respect to horizontal, this is something. Now your object is here, then according to this position you have to align directly the both the links. So theta 1 is suppose 70 degree and theta 2 is 180 degree. at this position of the object you have certain other value. So all the time theta 1 and theta 2 is changing. So depending on the tool position, you have variable q1 and q2 joint values. Okay. So once you have the required joint variables with respect to time, what are the required changes with respect to time, what are the required acceleration in the joint, so you determine the required torque using the inverse dynamics equation. Okay, समझ में आ गया? क्लियर स्टूडेंट्स? नहीं समझ में आया तो भाई पूछ लेना यार. I think there may not be more simple explanation. Now you have this simple problem. Okay, so you have m1 equal to 200 gram, a1 equal to 1 meter. Okay, and applied torque TL T1 at this joint is equal to, suppose you have 1 Newton meter. Okay, 1 Newton meter. So for this, what should be the joint space trajectory? So first you determine the variable equation for the, here you determine the equation for this robot. Okay, this is the torque equation based on the m1 a1 gravity and all values. Okay, so this is the theta 1. Now based on this theta 1 dot and theta 1 double dot, you have the torque equation. Now solve this equation. Okay, this is the differential equation. By solving this equation, you will get the value of q1. Okay, that is the function of time. If you solve this equation, partial differential equation, you will get the time based function of q1. Clear? So what is this problem? This is the solution of differential equation, that is direct dynamics problem. इसमें हम सॉल्व करेंगे, हमें जो so all the students are requested kindly to ask their queries if there is any confusion. One student I have, Sanjay Kumar. Sanjay Kumar was asked
Yes, sir.
to at that
Yes,
time,
sir.
if in previous class I have asked many times if any student has confusion, then no student contacted me, and later when class ends, Sanjay Kumar called me, sir, I have this confusion and this confusion. So what you have, all students are requested, please ask the same whatever you have confusion at this point, and I will remain here up to 6-7 p.m. if you don't understand the things properly. But because this is open platform this time, MST is open, class is open, so in place of calling me, you can set your questions here. So Achintya, you understand problem? Understand the subject matter here, what I have discussed, direct and inverse kinetics problem.
Yes, sir. Right, sir.
पवन, 1 मिनट से मैं कॉल करता हूँ कुछ देर से। हाँ, तो अंकित कुमार, एनी क्वेरीज? देखो, all of you see here, ज्वाइंट स्पेस ट्रेजेक्ट्री। ओके, इसके पहले कौन सा आता है? एक टूल स्पेस होता है, ठीक है। टूल स्पेस के पहले क्या आएगा? ऑब्जेक्ट स्पेस। समझ लो कि सपोज दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इज बेरिंग, सो वी हैव टू रीडायरेक्ट आवर टूल और एंड इफेक्टर। ओके, तो सबसे पहले क्या आता है? देखो मैं बताता हूं आपको। Our object is here. Okay, suppose. Okay, our object is here. So a camera is there. We have end effector here. Your end effector. This is jaw. Suppose wrist or jaw. Okay. So according to this position, there should be certain position of the tool. Okay. Okay, so if the position of the object is varying with the time, suppose this is the position, required variation in the position, suppose. Okay, ऐसा कि यहाँ पे कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स रखे हैं, इसको ही बचा के रखना पड़ेगा। कुछ यहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्ट हैं, ठीक है, इनको बचा के चलना पड़ेगा। कुछ यहाँ ऑब्जेक्ट है, इतना बड़ा ऑब्जेक्ट है, तो रोबोट को यहाँ पे से हटा के बचा के चलना पड़ेगा। कुछ यहाँ कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स यहाँ पर हैं, तो इसके लिए एक सर्टेन ट्रेजेक्ट्री है। ओके, सर्टेन रिक्वायर्ड ट्रेजेक्ट्री इज देयर। ओके, सो सपोज दिस ट्रेजेक्ट्री इज वेरिंग हियर this way, so only this trajectory is better for non collision. Suppose then according to this position, there should be certain tool positions also. तो tool position क्या होना चाहिए? Tool should redirect here and the tool should vary here. Okay, tool should vary from here and here. Okay, then according to this positions, there you need to have certain values of theta 1 and suppose theta 2. You have 3 links robot, then theta 3 maybe also. If you take this direction, this is theta 1, theta 2, and suppose this theta 3. Okay, so according to the change in the position of the object, you have certain trajectory of the tool. Okay, so you have tool space, envelope or trajectory. Okay, so depending on this object, based on the object, you determine the tool space trajectory, and according to the tool space trajectory, you determine the joint space trajectory. Okay, तो यहाँ पे you have this inverse according to the tool space trajectory, you have inverse kinematics. कोई भी वैल्यू होगा, एनी वैल्यू ऑफ टूल पोजीशन will have certain values of theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. So this is inverse kinematics, in which we determine the theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. I have illustrated you in many lectures before that in the inverse kinematics we determine the individual joint variables based on the tool position. Okay, now once you have this, so for variable tool positions due to variable object positions you need the variable values of theta 1 and theta 2. Okay, so it the variable values means there will be certain position, certain joint velocities and certain joint acceleration. Okay, similarly here you have certain position, okay, certain joint velocity and certain joint acceleration. Okay, now this here comes the inverse dynamics problem, inverse dynamics. Okay, आपको ये तो पता चल गया कि हाउ द एंगल शुड चेंज, बट एंगल कैसे चेंज होगा? देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ फोर्सेज, फ्रिक्शन फोर्स, डायनेमिक फोर्स. सो यू हैव टू अप्लाई अ सर्टेन वैल्यू ऑफ torque each time. Sometimes you have to apply more torque, at another sample you have to reduce the torque. Okay, so you determine the torque here. So in the inverse dynamics problem you have the joint space trajectory and you determine the torque. In direct dynamics problem what you see, you have applied a certain torque, suppose tau you have applied, then you solve the differential equation for that robotic structure. You solve the differential equation and based on that you obtain the q, the joint variables. Okay, so all the time the torque is varying, so direct dynamics shows the all the time varying values of all the joint variables. Okay, q1, q2, q3, this will have been this will have the variable values. Okay, so all the time the torque is varying and the joint angles will also vary with respect to time. So here you see the direct dynamics problem, here you see the inverse dynamics problem. Clear? आज समझ में आ गया है? अभी भी नहीं समझ में आया तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं भाई? बदावत, कोटेश्वर, बदावत, कोटेश्वर, आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ गया क्या?
Hello.
Yes, have you understood?
Clear.
Yeah,
Clear.
not clear. So I think I will have to cover this. Understood. How many students have understood? Can you kindly raise the hand? Any student has not to leave this time because I have not taken the attendance. Rajat has left, I think. Please be here until I take the attendance. So any student which is not understanding the things, please raise the hand. इसमें कुछ हुआ नहीं है भाई, आप हाथ उठा दोगे तो आपको कंफ्यूजन दूर कर दूंगा, मतलब ये नहीं कि समझ नहीं आ रहा तो लोग दूसरे कुछ कहेंगे. ओके, आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं. So I think all of you are understanding properly. Ashwini Verma.
यस सर।
समझ में आया है?
यस सर।
नंदलाल।
Yes, sir.
निहाल।
Yes, sir.
प्रिया।
Yes, sir.
स्मिता।
Yes, sir.
वैभव।
Yes, sir.
चलो ठीक है, मतलब तुम लोगों को समझ में आ गया है। तो ओके, इफ यू हैव एनी इश्यूज स्टिल हियर, सो यू कैन आस्क मी एनी टाइम। ओके, आई एम डाउनलोडिंग द अटेंडेंस। मैसेज डाल सकते हो ग्रुप में, कुछ कंफ्यूजन हो तो कॉल कर सकते हो।